Uh, what is up, everybody? Jason Burmis here with little Karma. Karma, you want to get on this side of me? Thank you so much. On our walk and talk. And it seems like there is some kind of a hearing where John Kennedy, we've already kind of went over Senator Lindsey Graham finding out, yes, there is a federal investigation into a criminal enterprise that may be involved in the killing or the suicide. Karma, what are you doing? No, of Jeffrey Epstein. So we know that. So now John Kennedy has come out and said Christmas ornaments, drywall, and Jerry Epstein. Apparently, that's how the Southerners say it every once in a while. Jerry Epstein. I've heard a couple people say it. You know what that's things that don't hang themselves. And he's like, that's what the American people believe. That's what the American people believe. Well, I think it's the global populace. And it shows how sad our corrupt system is. And when we talk about a criminal enterprise, guess what? We're talking about the highest level of criminal enterprise. We're talking about the actual deep state. All right, we're not talking about low-level mafia hitmen. Now, does that mean that they wouldn't be used? They'd probably be used. They've been used in the past. Organized crime is essentially run by our intelligence agencies at the upper echelons. Whitey Bulger would be a really great example of that for people that are uninitiated. So Whitey Bulger, they act like he duped the FBI for a long time. No, he was working with the upper echelons of the FBI so that they could control what was going on and they could take out his enemies and they'd get a cut. All right? And then when he finally went down, after I think like almost a dozen confirmed kills, I forget how many bodies they found in his basement, the day or the week that they put him in, I think it was actually the day of, they put him into general populace. Within like 12 hours, he was killed. And no one's been arrested in that. By the way, 48 watching, 14 thumbs up. So when you have John Kennedy, Senator John Kennedy, I don't know much about him, at a hearing, talking about these things, and so openly, like cracking jokes at this point. They got jokes, folks. Once again, Christmas ornaments, drywall, and Jerry Epstein. Things that don't hang themselves. That's what the American people believe. That's what they believe, Carm. And, you know, these two guards, remember, we reported that they had already been offered a plea bargain, and neither of them took it. So it should be no surprise that they'd been arrested. And what I'd like to know is, you know, these guards, were they paid off? Were they threatened? Were they told by superiors? What is the true nature of this? Because we're not talking, again, this being a low-level operation of just mafia corruption or CO corruption. No. For two cameras to go out and two guards to go down, this is it. And this was the litmus test, and we failed. So now that, you know, the Express has reported from what I would assume is either a Department of Justice or FBI source that they have 4 people that they intend to arrest as co-conspirators of Jeffrey Epstein. And I looked into it about a week and a half before that. The Daily Beast also said that prosecutors were lining up in that regard. You got to wonder, you know, are we about to see a second wave of arrests? Is it time? Are they going to get Jean-Luc Brunel? Are they going to get Ghislaine Maxwell? She's got to be the most notorious criminal not to be arrested in the United States history at this point, right? I mean, let's think about, can I think of another criminal that is now, as, you know, name recognized as her? I don't think I can. Anybody else? You know, you could argue Sarah Bronfman jumping the country and avoiding the Nexium trial, but in large part, most of that was kind of kept under wraps, and her name hasn't even really been brought up, right? So no, that's out. I can't name it. So I'm hoping and praying that these 4 arrests actually happen, and that we're not just seeing the FBI cover-up crew stepping in. I see some people talking about Prince Andrew in the comment section, and I already did a full video on the Prince Andrew debacle. Although we do now have we have more evidence, of course, that he was lying. We have video of him sweating when he says he wasn't physically able to sweat. Yes, that was one of the excuses he used. He wasn't physically able to sweat. So we have that. We have him giving public displays of affection to women on film when he said, "I don't give public displays of affection, and that's just not me." So obviously that picture, oh boy, hand on a waist, that couldn't have been real either. I mean, the guy, it was such a debacle that his public relations manager ended up quitting. I mean, he quit immediately after that interview, which was a complete dumpster fire. Let's be honest, it was awful. And even at the end of it, when he didn't really sympathize with any of the victims or apologize for anything that he had done, he just deferred, denied, decried, deferred, denied, decry, and did so in a civil manner. But at the end of the day, he said, "What? Come on, Carl, let's go, quick." He said that there was no way that he and Jeffrey Epstein's paths would not have crossed, and essentially that he would have had to do business with this guy no matter what. What does that say when somebody is now probably the most notorious child predator ever, right? Especially with how big the global media is. And you basically say that, if you had to do it over again, is there any way you could have done it without Jeffrey Epstein being in your life? And you've got to say, no. Kind of makes you think. When you look at his background in Bear Stearns, when you look at his CFR and Trilateral Commission background, when you look at his background in technology, not only in, beginning in the late 90s, early 2000s, but even more of a transition in 2010 when, after he's been convicted. By the way, 85 watching, 26 likes. Let's get some thumbs up. Can we get it to 50, folks? Can we get it to 50? So I'm going to have to go out. We might even do that during the Ask Me Anything, the little black book Ask Me Anything. Maybe what we'll do is we'll play some of this hearing on Capitol Hill, and we'll actually, get to hear Senator John Kennedy make the thing. If you want to actually see the 1-minute clip, I do have it posted over on my Twitter at Jason Burmis, so that is available. Hopefully this car's not going to run me over. Let's see what we got. Lots of traffic in Oneonta today. Got to tell you, not just. Let's see. We got this person. Oh no, this person's running back into me. Okay. All right. There we go. Fantastic. Here we go. Anyway, so once again, this thing is a debacle. And it does look like a cover-up. And if you watch my previous video, the media not focusing on the fact that Maria Farmer just gave an interview to CBS and said that he had pinhole cameras in the bathrooms and the bedrooms, right, in the New York place. Now, remember, we knew about the cameras in Palm Beach, etc., but that they were actually surveilled and manned. So, in other words, men were watching child victims in the bathroom and bedrooms of the estates by all of those who abused them, and then archived it. Essentially, a manufactured CP. That's what that is, manufactured CP. And that is a huge enterprise. And if he was doing it in New York, like I said, he was doing it in Florida. And if he was doing it in New York and Florida, he was doing it in New Mexico. And if he was doing it in New York and New Florida and New Mexico, he was doing it in France, and you get the picture. It was going on everywhere. And it makes it look even more like an international intelligence operation, not just some ham-handed blackmail op by a very smart man. Because she said those tapes were kept in a safe along with passports, jewelry, and money. And what do they find? Passports, jewelry, and money. But the FBI, that great intelligence community we always praise, they didn't mention anything about those tapes, did they? It's very odd. And I got to be honest with you folks, I don't think it's because they weren't there. You know, call me kooky, call me crazy. I think that the powers that be have had a lot of this evidence and have buried a lot of this evidence. And, you know, once again, if you have all these people manning surveillance, how many people other than Epstein himself have seen this footage? It's likely a lot. It's likely quite a bit. Hey, Karma. So, as you can see, Karma's doing great. I'm doing great. She was really all over me. It's actually kind of a nice day out. It's a little warmer. As you see, I don't have a hat on. It's not windy here in Oneonta. If you like the video, please thumbs it up. Share it with others. Again, we're going to do an Ask Me Anything. We're going to do a black book, Ask Me Anything, play some footage from this judiciary hearing, kind of a broadcast later today. And then at 7 p.m., I'm going to have Christy drop from Action for Assange, talking about the fact that they recently dropped all the charges that were about sexual assault and rape that we already talked about, that were conflated in the first place. Yet he will remain in jail illegally on this indictment from the United States that has eviscerated our Constitution and Bill of Rights, especially when it is in regards to free speech. So once again, thumbs the video up, share it with others. If you're new to the program, please join the Burmis Brigade. We do more than walk and talks. We do a lot more. I promise you. We go over government documents, news you don't see. We hit it hard. We do Ask Me Anythings, great interviews, and so much more. I love you guys. If you want to support me financially, I got the GoFundMe. That's how we do it. Me and Karma. I'll see y'all on the flip side.